All right, this is about the sixth take of this. Hopefully it'll turn out okay this time. Anyway, guys, update to my Triple Diamond Max testing that has been going on. So it is March 30th, 2026, and I'm going to review a round that I played on Friday over at a local course literally right across the street from me called the King and the Bear, which is a Jack Nicklaus Arnold Palmer co-design. So it's one of those situations. I'm hoping this helps some people because I was fighting my equipment a little bit because it's not the optimal setup. As discussed in my fitting, new shaft is on the way at this point in time. It has since been installed and results are in, and that will be my next video. So spoiler alert, it worked. So one of the things I was really fighting here was the settings on the Triple Diamond Max. So if I took the neutral lie angle and set it down 1 degree, I was getting the shape I wanted, I was getting the start line I wanted, but it was coming out too low. And then, and it also wasn't spinning enough. But then when I set it up to stated loft, neutral, now all of a sudden my start lines kind of start a little bit further left, and as a drawer of the ball, I don't really want my start line starting too far left. So what I was trying to do here was put 2 grams on the toe and try to get it to bias my start line to a little right, maybe take a little bit of the draw out, which is fine. I can live with that, just to try to neutralize everything. But I knew it wasn't the ideal setup, and I was just seeing if I could make this playable. And as you'll see, I really struggled some off the tee. I hit some good shots, then I struggled with some shots too. So I'm going to play through some of these holes. And let me get this list up because I want to make sure that I get the numbers right. All right, so first one that I recorded here was on number 4. And so the idea here is to take it kind of right in through here with a little draw, get it back just to the left of that bunker. Probably should have started a little bit more left. It's not really the right start line. And as you'll see, I hit a big push. It was a good shot. It stayed in play. I had a legitimate shot into the green. No big deal, right? But one thing that I'm noticing is I'm not able to really get my start lines and the shaping that I want. Now this was number 6. This is always a little bit of a tricky hole here in that you got water all down the right, okay? And then it doglegs right. So the idea here is about 330 yards, so it's technically drivable, but it's not really drivable. Just a really difficult shot to try to pull off. So the idea here was to take it off this tree, little draw, puts it right in the big fat part of the fairway right there. Instead, I pulled it and hit it over into these trees right here, which is something I do reasonably often. Again, started left, I got water right, and I don't really know that it's going to draw. So anyway, I'll play it. Go ahead and play it. Just ends up not really in the spot that I want it. And so I ended up hitting a ball off camera that I did exactly what I wanted to do. I just had to trust it. So this was 7. Absolutely piped it. This was absolutely a perfect golf shot. Like, I literally couldn't do anything else. Now, next hole, this is one that is interesting, and I'll show you the overhead, the satellite view. But the idea here is that this tree that overhangs and this bunker right here pinch in, and it looks really, really narrow. So my idea was to take it off the right side of this bunker with a little draw, and hopefully I would clear this tree. And it turned out I actually just hit a pull. I actually caught this just a hair thin, but it really performed well for that. And it's funny, you'll hear this little, she's half Colombian, half Swedish lady that had just joined up with me because we were playing behind a foursome that was super slow. She's a member there and lives right on the course, so she was playing by herself. Her husband doesn't play. So she was watching me, and some of her commentary is actually kind of comical. But anyway, I'll just let it play out, and then I'll kind of talk to you about this hole.
Whoa, that is a good driver.
And I told her I was reviewing this driver, so it ended up, right over that tree. And then so I'll kind of show you like where I ended up. So I actually ended up in a great spot there. But this is just not a hole I pull driver out on. And my whole thought process here was I'm going to hit driver. And the reality is if I can hit driver on a hole like this, then I have a weapon. Because I have a lot of confidence at that point. Because I can carry stuff and I can hit it straight. There's all kinds of trouble on this hole. Like if you hit it right, you know, it's kind of dead. You're blocked out, can't hit the green. If you hit it left, got all kinds of tree trouble. Like there's just not a lot of room here. It's a tricky hole. And so I actually hit a really good drive there. I was actually really pleased with that. And then 18, or actually this is number 9. They flipped the 9s around.
You can really hit it. I just scratched golfer.
So she's asking me if I'm a scratch golfer at this point. But I did hit a bomb here.
Like 5.
I don't know if it was 330. That's what the cart said on GPS. That's what it said on 18 birdies. I mean, I legitimately had 172 into the green here, and the pin was in the middle. So could have been there, but I didn't really look to see if they had moved the tees up. They easily could have moved the tees up a little bit. Regardless, it was over 300 and it was hit really well. Problem was, again, start line, right? As I was looking just inside this bunker, you know, and try to finish it in here, and instead I hit it right over here. And so I was just barely not in that waist area. So it worked out fine, but I mean, literally this fairway is probably 80 yards wide and I didn't hit it. You know, and that's kind of the piece that I'm like, I'm struggling here, right? I'm struggling with that. And then you'll see as I come around to number 1, which is the old number 10, you'll see I'm trying to overcorrect here. So here, I just send it right. I fell out of it, just sent it right. You'll see it splash down in the water as I zoom in, splash. So big problem. So then I ripped the lead tape off of it and I decide, well, and then I hit it left, which is actually the miss that I want here, realistically. I had like 120 something in and I hit a gap wedge like right in the middle of the green. You know, easily could have 2-putted, but no, I 3-putted that too. So I took a triple there. But, you know, here again, I'm kind of struggling with start line and having confidence on where it's going to start. So I kind of fell out of that. May have had some alignment issues going on there too. It looked like I've had some alignment issues just looking at it, unless it's camera parallax. So anyway, this was number, let's see, what hole was this? I was 13. And this is a tight little driving hole. I didn't take a view, but the idea is to kind of start it at this bunker and maybe finish it, you know, just right of that willow tree right there. And I actually hit a little pull. It looks like I am lined up a little further right. You know, it looks like, I don't know, I can't really tell. Almost looks like I'm lined up over here. And that's the piece that I can't really tell is like, is that parallax of the camera or is that me and hitting a big pull here? So don't know, but it ended up perfect. I hit this really good. You'll hear me comment on that. And it looks like I pulled it.
So pure.
Yeah, I really
That's the ball
piped
flight
it.
I want right there.
And it just looked like I was lined up way right. Okay, so here is number 14. Okay, this is a par 5. It's a little dog leg to the right. The idea here is I want to take it just inside this tree, kind of like right over that little part of the bunker. It was 246, 249, something like that, to carry it. Slight breeze into us. Knew I had plenty. And matter of fact, I made a comment. I had 2 balls here. Made the comment after the second one that, oh, I knew I could clear that. And she kind of like thought I was arrogant about that. I'm like, no, I mean, I shot it. It's 250. I think I can clear 250, you know. I've hit this driver enough, like I know how far it can go. So anyway, but as you'll see, I pull it. Okay, again, got a left start line going here. And I was trying to give that one the business. You heard a little grunt from me. So it was fine, you know, had 4-iron in. Okay, then I hit the ball where I wanted.
That's what I was trying to do.
So here's the difference. 4-iron on the first ball, 7-iron in. Had an eagle look with the 7-iron. And I was short of the green with the 4-iron.
Good.
So anyway, that's a big difference. I mean, that was like 35 yards probably, 40 yards maybe. Okay, so here's 16. And this is a tough driving hole because there's a bunker over here and then there's water left. And so it's kind of narrow. And realistically, I probably should hit 3-wood here, but I'm really trying to figure out, can I hit driver on this hole? And I'm trying to hit it at the bunker with a little slight draw and have the confidence not to overdraw it. I hit 3 drives that look like carbon copies of each other, and I'll show you a picture of it here in just a second. They all looked exactly like this. So I'm trying to hit it at that white marker over there. Splashed it right in that bunker. And so literally I'll zoom in on this. I mean, kid you not. Like, I got 2 balls here, and then there's one. Let's see. Yeah, so 2 here, 1 here. I mean, almost could have thrown a blanket over them. So I was actually pretty impressed with that. And then I kind of did the same thing on 18. So coming up, that'll be this drive. Again, I got water right on this one, and I just can't go there. So this one ends up kind of at that bunker. I was just inside of it. I think I hit either 3 or 4 balls, and they were all like right there. So, you know, I'm really impressed with the consistency of this driver. If I can get it dialed in with the right start line and the right shaping, with a couple of tweaks that are coming, this thing's got a chance to be in my bag for a really long time. So anyway, if you guys have ever been fighting equipment and you're trying to make something that's not quite right work, go ahead and get it right. And I'll just say that. So that's my conclusion from this round.